are looking forward to our conversation today. We are here. When you are ready, you may begin.
Thank you for being here today. Are there any current plans to inform everyone on Earth about the existence of aliens?
Many of the inhabitants of your planet are already aware of what you call alien presence. And if by your question you are asking about a larger exposure or broadcasting of the truth of our presence, we would say it has come to what you would call a tipping point for the awareness of our presence has grown to such an extent it can no longer be denied or dismissed. And therefore, there is what you would call a push happening, a wave of expectation, an understanding that this secret can no longer be held quietly. Too much has been available for your general population for so long. We have intentionally created situations in order to cause the curiosity of your people to be aroused, and those, for the most part, have been successful. We have watched over the years now how your governments have primarily been the cause for the suppression of the truth of your situation. So from our perspective, we have been encouraging through our activities and our actions the revelation that we do indeed exist and are, in your parlance, real. Your governments as well are coming very rapidly to the conclusion that revelation at this point is inescapable. They will continue to release data in what they perceive as palatable amounts so as not to distress or disturb the general population. However, it will soon be an undeniable fact that humans are indeed part of a much grander company, we shall say, than you have imagined prior. Your time in isolation, we would say, is fast coming to an end. As for the timing of this particular complete revelation, we would say that is negotiable, it is fluid. It has more to do with observing how the general population is digesting the news as it is released for their general consumption. Within the next 10 years, there will be no doubt that there is indeed what you would term an alien presence, monitoring, observing, and in some ways participating in the evolution of the consciousness of your planet. So that is our response.
Thank you. What needs to happen before this information about aliens can be shared with everyone?
As we stated, it has probably more to do with how the information is received and digested by the general population than anything else. So there needs to continue to be an outcry from the people for what you would call disclosure, which is simply an expression of what is patently true, that you are not alone in the universe, that you are but one part of an infinitely diverse expression of consciousness. There will come a time when what you call the powers that be can no longer control the exposure of this information. They may continue to try and mitigate its impact. However, we can see a potential future where a massive information dump, so to speak, happens, and the result may create a bit of what you would call panic. However, the reality of the situation is nothing changes. You have always been in this situation. And so we would say to you, continue to work on your own vibration and know that in the coming days, discernment is going to be increasingly important.
Thank you. So you've talked about the evolution of collective consciousness would spawn or advance this communication, but you also mentioned about panic and a mass drop of information. So what can people do to get ready for this kind of announcement about aliens, or to help it happen faster?
The only distinction between your state of being prior to such a revelation and your status after such a revelation is the fact that you now cannot no longer ignore it. You have always been in this current situation. You have just not been aware of your particular place or the part that you play. And so indeed, if there was going to be complete and total destruction and annihilation of your civilizations, it would have already happened. And are we here saying that you have never experienced a threat from forces external to your planet in the past? No, we cannot say that. For you have indeed weathered such storms in the past. So just know that you as a species are resilient and adaptable, and for the most part able to defend yourselves. So we would say to you as individuals, your greatest weapon is going to be your individual alignment with your own light. For the stronger your light signature is, the less likely you are to be infiltrated. So we would say to you, focus on strengthening your light, your connection, and be clear with your intention. And strengthen your ability to feel truthfully the nature and the intention of anyone or anything that would approach you. If indeed there is a greater civilization that would attempt to infringe upon your rights as a citizen of the greater collective, what you may call the galactic level of citizenship, there are forces similar to your United Nations model that have a prior long-standing agreement to also protect you as a member of their group. So you would not be left to fend for yourselves in the event something negative would happen. But from an individual perspective, the most important thing you can do is align yourself with your own truth, your understanding, and your guidance.
Would you say that this evolution of collective consciousness is the reason why aliens are visiting Earth or interacting with humans?
Well, we would say to you that it is as a result of your evolution of your consciousness that you are now more aware of our interactions with you. We've always been a part of this project, so to speak. It is to attempt to put it in human words, a multidisciplinary project, so to speak. It has been called an experiment, for it involves the inputs of more than one species into a single place, and then allowing those energies to mix and meld as they would in a natural way in order to observe the result. And we will say that the outcome, although perhaps not necessarily what was anticipated, was indeed a positive one. And so in general, we do look forward to the continued unfoldment of our cooperative efforts to the point that you as a species then becomes one of the members of that cooperative effort in an active and participatory way.
So you spoke of anticipated outcomes and continued unfoldment of the efforts. So are there certain goals or reasons that this is all occurring?
Fundamentally, the primary goal of any of these attempts is for consciousness creation to learn more about itself, to expand and to grow and to improve. And so we would say, as this particular project continues to unfold, the data that's gathered here is then used, perhaps in the same way, perhaps applied in a different way, in order to continue to learn and grow through the experience of new or unusual circumstances. The combination of the elements, then recombining them in a different way, is what lends itself to the greatest learning. And that is why here we attempted to mix together a multitude of ingredients in one place in order to see what the result would be. We have had some unanticipated outcomes that have great promise, we would say. And chief amongst them is the capacity to adapt to rapidly changing circumstances. And so in many ways we do select for certain tendencies and emphasize those tendencies as we move forward with our efforts.
Can you delve a little bit into the kind of relationships that aliens have with humans?
It does fall on a spectrum, but we would say that for the most part, nothing is without some sort of bilateral consent. Now, the human consciousness may misinterpret some experiences, but we do not know how to override that. Our efforts in particular are mainly broadcast through mental interaction, be it through this type of communication or through other more subtle means, such as a dream state, you would say, or perhaps joining in consciousness while the human is in meditative state. Any way in which you alter your consciousness so that you are not locked into your ordinary, limited level of awareness opens a door that allows what you are calling alien beings to engage or interact with you. We've said this before and we will say it again here. There are many of you that are carriers of what you would call alien DNA. And it manifests itself primarily in the form of a sense of feeling like you are a stranger in a strange land, that somehow you do not belong here. We would simply encourage you to focus your efforts on integrating yourself as deeply as you can with your human instrument. This may allow you to spontaneously access more of your, what you are calling, alien memories and awarenesses. For that too is part of your makeup. If you look at it from a broader perspective, your human aspect is the smallest part of your being. The smallest part of your being. And therefore there is so much more available to you potentially if you would but open yourself up to those possibilities.
You spoke of alien DNA. Would that be similar or could also be described as starseed connection?
Yeah, that is another term that is used, and in many ways is preferable, that you are indeed seeded from the stars. For that is the truth of your makeup for the most part. You have simply become locked into that human part of yourself. There are many parts of your human physical DNA that have yet to be identified. And the day will come when those aspects can be assessed, we would say. You have not yet reached the place technologically where you're able to decode all of the signals, all of the ingredients that make up who you are. You do contain in your physical DNA keys to doorways that will allow you to have conscious interdimensional awareness while in human form. But because your human consciousness is not yet at a level that would allow you to be able to safely integrate that without sending you into some sort of what you might call a fugue state, those aspects of your being remain beyond your conscious awareness. But that is not because there is a desire to withhold anything from you, but rather because of a desire to cause you no harm. For what good would it do if that awareness comes over you suddenly and you are not equipped emotionally or mentally to handle it? We are aware of some of the shortcomings of being connected to a human form. And it is not our desire to cause you distress. And so things are moving slowly and at a pace with the general collective expansion of your consciousness as a whole, not simply certain individuals. But you can look at those that more readily interact with us in what you call channeling. And there are members of your species that have been connected in this way for decades. And amongst those, you can find a few, very few, individuals that are authentically functioning as human channels for their own, what you would call, alien aspects. They may see them in their human state as something separate from themselves, but they will eventually come to understand the truth of their situation, and that is that they are providing a voice for an aspect of themselves that is fundamentally living outside the human experience, except through a vicarious connection via telepathic link or something similar to that. We hope we have not muddied the waters with this reply.
No, thank you for the information. You spoke of alien DNA or starseed DNA and physical DNA. How does that interlink or intertwine or interact with our soul DNA?
Well, but they are one and the same. We would say your soul is made up of many of these different strands. Your soul is a multifaceted diamond with many different strands, levels of awareness that weave themselves together and then project themselves into the human vehicle through these different channels. So your soul is not simply human in nature and expression. It is also has the potential for these other levels of being, levels of awareness. So we would say to you, simply understand that, again, your soul is multifaceted, and therefore all of those types or categories of DNA that you mentioned are all part and parcel of the soul itself in its fullest expression.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. So we really are multidimensional beings.
Exactly.
Yes. So, do aliens work together with human governments? And if yes, what are these partnerships like?
We have attempted more than one time to come into conscious alignment with various of what you call human governments. And without exception, what we have found to this point is the very human grasping side of you, perhaps the part of you that represents your lower nature, ends up being the aspect that we find ourselves having to deal with. Your planet has the potential to be what you would call an Eden. There truly is no need for struggle and strife and lack. This place could be what you call a paradise, and yet you have chosen as a collective to place a small portion of your population at the top of your pyramid, let us say, and then you have allowed them to make the decisions for you as a whole. And keeping in mind that they are humans, many of them do not have altruism as part of their makeup. That is one of the lessons that humanity must overcome in order to be able to step across the threshold and become a member of the greater civilization. The next level of your awareness includes your ability to be able to be a contributing partner in a positive way, to participate in a positive way, an expansive way with the collective of at the galactic level of things. And right now, we must say, just based on what we've learned from attempting to interact with your human governments, you're not there yet. Because what happens when we offer the capacity for you to be able to have what you would call free energy or a clean environment? The tools that we provide to create those conditions on your planet are then co-opted by your governments and held for themselves until they can find a way to, as you would say, monetize them when they were not given to you with that intention. So for the most part, we have taken a step back from attempting to engage in a direct way with your governments. It has not yet come clear to us whether we should attempt to engage with individuals in this way. In other words, by providing them with the knowledge of perhaps what you would call advanced technologies that are everyday to us. For we have also learned that if we attempt to seed the collective in that way, then the individual with whom we have engaged is placed in great danger. And in many cases, they have then lost their lives. For again, your governments do not wish to release their control over the people. They are too enamored with the model of power over and have yet to overcome that tendency within themselves. We hope that someday that will change. So for now, we will say that yes, there are still some agreements that have not expired, but we are less willing to engage in new collaborative efforts with your governments as they stand today. For we have learned the hard way, they are not trustworthy.
Thank you. How do aliens, just in a general term, aliens, talk to others of their own kind? Do they use special tools or methods that are different from how humans communicate?
Succinctly put, telepathy, or what you call telepathic communication, is the primary means that interspecies communication takes place. We do not need to project words. It's primarily done through images or what we might call thought packets, like the entire concept is sent in a packet and then is immediately understood by the recipient, and there is no need for words. It's simply an energetic transmission, and within those energetic combinations, whatever that combination is, that is the communication. So it is basically telepathy.
Do aliens talk with other non-human species too? And if yes, how do they communicate with those other species? Would that also be through telepathic communication, I assume?
Yes, that is our standard mode of interaction.
And would you say it's comparable, the telepathic communication, for a human being to communicate with a alien being as it is when, let's say, someone who is a medium and an instrument to communicate with spirit you're saying it's the same concept, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. I want to thank you for being here today and taking the time to answer these questions. Is there anything, final messages that you would like to share as we end today?
Despite all outward appearances, the state that you and your planet find themselves in, we would say to you, all is not lost. There is rising from the middle of this apparent devastation the potential for resolution. It will primarily hinge upon your capacity as a species to shift into a more altruistic, compassionate way of being in the world. Humanity must shift from a what's in it for me way of being into how may I serve mode of operation in order for you to successfully overcome the obstacles that you have created for yourselves. It truly is that simple. We are hopeful that as a collective you will be able to achieve this state of being. Again, we can see you are very close. And so we would encourage those of you who are on this path to stand fast and to continue your efforts. They are not in vain. And every small increment of expansion in your own awareness that you are able to achieve and then hold does make a difference. Decidedly so. So we look forward to the day where we can stand in true fellowship with you. For there is a whole other adventure available to you that lies beyond simple survival. Once you can pull yourselves out of that state, then begins a journey of co-creation. And from there, the possibilities are indeed endless. So we would encourage you to continue your best efforts to anchor yourselves in the truth of who you are, not only as a human, but as stated earlier, as a soul, embodied in human form, fully present here in all your aspects. That is the key to your success. We thank you for giving us this opportunity to be here today and to express ourselves. And we do look forward to further conversations. As always, as we withdraw, we say to you, be at peace.
Many thanks.